These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Mountain Goat. The news from Iraq this period is all very good and moving in the direction that we could possibly see the reinstatement soon. I do not have a date, sorry. All these efforts they are now taking for electronic banking, point of sale, electric grid, 2023 budget, etc. Projects are all part of the equation leading Iraq's monetary system to where it needs to go. Just relax, let the process work its way through. All right, Frank 26, this week that we're in right now is really going to set the stage. If we see the budget law passed, oh my goodness. If we see HCL actually announced and being locked into the accounts at the banks, oh my goodness. If we see 1300 to 1190 or 1000, oh my gosh. All right, Pimpy says there's no doubt there's all kinds of activity happening over there in Iraq. The focus has been on Iraq, their politics, their banking system, the exchange rate. That talk still continues today. It's exciting because we haven't seen so much chatter about the Iraqi Dinar exchange rate. Mark Z via PDK, the news from Iraq has just been awesome. The Central Bank of Iraq announces the second package of facilities to obtain foreign currency. Mark Z says what they're doing is making certain that exchanges are all done through official channels and the de-dollarization continues. They're making their system 100% prepared. It appears that everything is in place to change the value of the dinar substantially. All right, Samson article quote, the investment authority directs the adoption of the Iraqi dinar and the payment of dues for housing projects. Ready for adjustment to come. Frank 26 article quote, the chairman of the investment authority directs the adoption of the dinar and the payment of dues for housing projects. Frank says everything in Iraq is now done in dinars only for the monetary reform. Right, Pimpy says obviously the currency exchange rate is on the minds of the people from Iraq as well as the United States. They're saying they're putting mechanisms in there and that people in Iraq will feel the difference in the near future. If they're not doing it now, then they're going to do it later on in the very near future, most likely by the time the next budget comes out. All right, Militiaman 2023 budget, which is scheduled possibly for as early as Thursday. It's coming together because they're the HCL budget, etc., all exchange rate oriented. If they're on the SWIFT system and they have calculated a new exchange rate that needs to be put into the spreadsheet to populate it to get it to facilitate this thing going, it's possible could be happening in a very short period of time. Everything to me is powerful and I'm very excited. Walking Stick via Frank 26, they will continue to talk to the citizens about the monetary reform. They talk to them all the time. They are now talking about the second stage of the monetary reform, where they will include the currency reform education. This is completely different. It is not the monetary reform. It is not the economic reform. It is the currency reform that is allowing this to float inside the country and then outside. This is exactly what they are talking about now, and everything else does not matter. Only currency reform education. All right, Mark Z via PDK. We had tremendous stuff from Iraq this morning. This is a day-to-day situation that each day they are attempting to flip that switch. I believe this is accurate. I know it has gotten old, but I think we are as close as you think we are. I know the inevitability. I know we get to cross the finish line. We heard so much good news from Iraq. We know it's happening. It's underway. We just do not know the exact date. Frank 26, Firefly, the budget is ready, but with the newer rates, the budget was pulled back for recalculating. Will be ready in a couple of weeks. Then it will go to Parliament. They tell us this on television. Pimpy says the more I read about what's going on with Iraq, it really does look like they're doing what they can to build up the value of the exchange rate for the Iraqi dinar. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to jump up to any major value at first. I still believe they're going up in increments, but either way for us, it's good news. Lastly, Mark Z via PDK question, it's Ramadan again. Will this delay RV? Answer, I was always told they would love to do it over Ramadan. This is an enormous celebration for them. Most families are together for Ramadan. I was told if they had their pick of any time of year to do it, they would pick Ramadan.